I was one of the many that was part of the very successful Kickstarter for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It's been a bit of a wait, but the game is finally here. But does this successor play a sweet symphony of the night? Or should the only ritual being performed with this game be one to remove it from our memory? Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is the successor to the very popular Metroidvania style of Castlevania games, led by designer Koji Igarashi, who was the head of Symphony of the Night amongst other Castlevania classics. What we end up getting is a very worthwhile Metroidvania game that may not necessarily push the genre in crazy innovative directions, but it didn't need to. The game has a lot of the elements you come to know and expect in Metroidvania games, from a pretty large map that you'll get to explore broken up into lots of different cool areas, as well as plenty of dead ends that you're going to be running into and then needing to backtrack in order to go to a new area you haven't been before, get a new ability, take out a boss, or whatever it is to be able to finally progress to that next area of this large map. There's plenty of save rooms that will replenish your health and magic when you use them. There are teleport rooms to help you get around the giant labyrinth that it is a little bit easier, as well as some things like shops. You'll also have a barber that can change up your appearance, and there's some cool customization options with the character, which I thought was a nice little addition to the title. There's plenty of interesting, cool characters and moments that you'll get to interact with. There's side missions as well. You may run into a character and give them a certain item if you found it or have one, and they'll end up giving you some kind of bonus item or maybe some extra money so you can buy some stuff in the shops. The shops contain all kinds of things from your potions as well as weaponry, and you can even craft things in the game as well. Controlling Miriam is very similar to those other Metroidvania-style characters, in particular Alucard from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Control-wise, the game felt right. It's exactly what I was expecting from this style of Metroidvania game. It plays very similar to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, at least as far as the way Miriam controls compared to Alucard. However, the combat in this game really ends up shining, with its decent variety of different weapon types, as well as different combat maneuvers that you're able to pull off. You'll find different literature scattered throughout the labyrinth that will give you new moves that you can then pull off. Pulling them off will cost you a little bit of your magic, but really add a nice touch to the battles. It can even stun bosses when you're in the middle of fights, or help you get past certain moves, so there's a lot of possibilities for not only taking out the really substantial enemies, but the boss fights are really cool. By defeating enemies, they will of course drop a variety of items, not only things that you can use to craft and money, but potentially you may get a shard from one of these, and these shards can be equipped in one of 5 categories, and you can actually mix and match and swap them. There's even a really cool shortcut system in the game for not only equipment, but the moves as well. Being able to have different setups that you can switch to on the fly via shortcuts is a really cool thing to have here, and just opens up that combat even more. Presentation-wise, I'm not going to say the graphics blew me away, but what I thought was great was the design of just everything. The really cool gothic architecture and design here for the castle and the landscapes and all the different areas that you get to go. It all kind of works, all connected together in this weird mess that you're going through in each one of the areas, and exploring the castle was so fun to see what was around the next corner, what was down that next hallway. I also really love the soundtrack. It's exactly what I was hoping for as far as that atmosphere setting, and really brought me back to those days of those Metroidvanias that we've loved. There's also a fair amount going on in the game. It will easily take you 10 to 15 hours, especially if you're not using any sort of guide your first time through. Then there's 100%ing it, which easily could take a few more hours. There's an unlockable difficulty, as well as just multiple difficulties right from the get-go. Optional bosses, a boss rush that you'll be able to unlock, and there's going to be stuff also coming later down the road for the game. From technical side of things, I ran into a few minor glitches. There was some slowdown here and there, some clipping issue pop-in and stuff also was present in a few areas. Thankfully though, the game didn't have anything too major and it never crashed on me. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is available now for $39.99 on the PlayStation 4. It's also available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PC. It does feature a Platinum Trophy on the PlayStation 4. Overall, I was satisfied with what Bloodstained Ritual of the Night ended up becoming. I was one of the $60 backers to get one of the physical copies of the game, and I was very happy with the slipcover and the game itself. It's for fans of this genre, those who love the older Metroidvania games, and if it's something you've never really been into, this game is definitely not going to change your mind by any means. Though if you are a fan, you should check it out for sure. I'm going to be giving Bloodstained Ritual of the Night a 9 out of 10. That's going to wrap up this review though. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.